Welcome to the Walt Vault with
Michelle,
Andre,
Louise,
and me, Emily. We're a family-friendly podcast where we pick a new Disney movie each week. We watch it, share our thoughts, and then relate it to pop culture, fandoms, and anything else that pops into our heads. Enjoy!
hello and welcome to the Walt Vault, episode 65.
oh man, world.
It doesn't get any less funny. You get more animated every time you say it.
Because we're senior citizens now.
65. We were already at a senior discount. We're just 10 years over that.
That's
We're 10 years
10
over,
years over the
senior
senior discount. That's true. Goodness
You've
gracious.
said that 65 times.
But guess
Andre.
what? I can
Whoa.
live in like a retirement place now. Aren't those like 65 plus?
Yeah.
65 and up, yep.
But now you can't have family members come live with you. They can only come for like a couple days.
Unless
and
they're a
then-
caregiver.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Ta-da.
I don't know what my future children are like. Do I want them to be my caregiver? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm getting robot back. Kids, get out of here.
Robot back.
I'm getting robot back.
Okay.
You guys, this week we are talking about the 1941 Disney animated film
Yeah, apparently we are really old.
Dumbo.
Dumbo the flying elephant.
So we're not even as old as Dumbo. Dumbo is 78 years
I
old.
was gonna say,
oh,
are
okay.
we as old?
We're
No.
not. We're still old though.
We're still old. That's true, but not as old as Dumbo. Yeah, Dumbo came out in 1941, directed by Samuel Armstrong and Norman Ferguson, and starring some people. Yeah, I mean, like the way that these movies worked back then was like, I think in Snow White, Pinocchio, and Dumbo, all of the actors are like uncredited because it's like, well, what are you guys doing? You're just saying sounds. We're the ones making the movies over here.
You're not talking.
Yeah, but I did recognize that the voice of the stork was
yes.
the Mad Hatter.
Yes.
Yes, Sterling Holloway, who played the Mad Hatter and Winnie the Pooh back in the day.
Yes, which I actually when I heard him talk, I was like, Winnie the Pooh? Wait, Jiminy Cricket? No, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like Jiminy Cricket, but
I don't know if he was Jimmy the Cricket.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think I saw that. Yeah.
all right. Well, Andre, first impressions of this old time classic Disney movie.
First impressions
Disney.
of Dumbo. Dumbo's a good movie, bolstered by.
Nobody heard that.
Did you hear Michelle's little?
Nobody heard it.
I heard it.
I only paused because I had a little burp in my throat. I wasn't
I kinda did
hesitating
a,
on my thoughts.
I definitely heard it. Go ahead.
I didn't even mean for it to come out. It just did.
Dumbo's a good movie, but it's very sad and also really short. Like I think this movie's on like an hour and 4 minutes, which is like a plus. That's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, if I had to be sadder for longer, I'd be like, great.
Right? Yeah. But I remember watching this as a kid, but I definitely did not remember all of the details upon this viewing. But overall, good stuff. We'll recommend. We'll watch again.
All right. That was a very,
Okay.
very succinct.
Maybe because you're a
First
male. I don't know. My first impression was way sadder than I remember. Honestly, all I remember from a kid was Pink Elephants, Baby Mine Song, but I didn't realize Baby Mama was in jail when that happened. Like, all of that stuff went over my head as a kid, right? I like Dumbo. I like Timothy Mouse. And the
Give me some
movie
Timothy.
is really sad. And I like the Choo Choo Train. That's about it.
The choo-choo train.
Casey Jr. Casey Jr. is coming down the track.
All right.
It's good, but honestly, my first impression is just that it was way sad.
Yeah.
Emily, first impression.
I have like 4 first impressions, so I don't really want to go that way. But like, whoa, sad.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, whoa.
But I liked the length.
Yeah.
I liked how the scenes kind of just did what they needed to do and
just
moved
kept
on.
moving.
There was literally no transitions. It was like scene, moving on,
Yeah.
scene, moving. And
Yeah, basically.
Done with that.
surprisingly, didn't bother me because it was cohesive.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed. And I'll just say, Addie loved it. Addie loved it. She thought it was super
Dumbo's
fun.
so stinking cute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
So So overall, I really liked it. Would Emily personally watch it again? Absolutely not. I cried 4 times in 104 minutes. But
Actual tears, Emily.
dude,
Not even 104 minutes, 64 minutes.
Shut up. You're so right. It is 64 minutes. Okay, so in 64 minutes, I cried 4 times. Real tears. Like at least one tear came out of my eye 4 times.
Man, that's
So-
like a cry every 15 minutes.
Would
I mean,
I
I
watch
cried.
it again? No. But is it totally like worth watching?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good movie. It was nice to be reminded of Dumbo. It's so funny. When Casey, I kind of forget sometimes that Casey Jr. is in the movie Dumbo. Like, I know it is, but I just kind of forget.
Right.
And I was so stupid. Had a blonde moment. I was like, that's why the rides are next to each other in Fantasyland. Like,
Boom.
you know, normal stuff that I should definitely know, but kind of forgot about. I like the magic feather. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, Dumbo, the scene opens with storks in the air, and that was a very weird song. The lyrics.
The lyrics were so
They
weird.
were like, "We'll find you wherever you are,
The
and
stork
we'll
is out
deliver
to
you
get
a
you if you're
baby."
rich or you're poor. And all
Don't
this stuff.
try to hide.
Yeah, so
'cause
that's the
stork's
thing
coming
about
inside.
Oh, baby.
older Disney movies is sometimes, honestly, older Disney movies, lyrics, strange. Like they are. Like a song can come on and I'm reading it on the screen, right? And I'm like, I'm literally like, WTF. Like what?
Well,
okay.
This movie is interesting because it has a very small amount of dialogue, but a lot of like musical montages.
Yes.
Like
It
that
does.
happens over and over again throughout the movie, and some of them are really good, and some of them are less so.
Yeah.
But yeah, though they definitely opens.
I don't
with
need
one of
pink
those
elephants on
musical
parade at
montages.
all, so.
Hey, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, just wait till we get for there.
Yeah, so it starts with a stork song, which is interesting. And, I mean, it's cute. All the animals are getting their babies, except for Mrs. Jumbo.
It was heartbreaking already.
I
Right.
literally was like, is this like up? She can't have a baby? Like, I'm
There's
really
only
sad.
one animal that wanted a baby.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
all the
awake
others were
waiting
shocked.
for a baby.
She's like reaching for the babies that are plopping out of the sky with a trunk.
She was gonna take a tiger baby if it came
Yeah.
to her.
I'll raise a tiger.
I don't even care.
I'll raise a giraffe.
And you know what didn't come? Her baby.
Mm.
So sad.
And also
Rude.
because her stork's kind of weird and slow. I don't know what he was doing, but he gets there eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a hat on, so he could. He
was much more sophisticated than all the other ones, and he seemed to be actually doing his job.
right.
Because he gave her like a whole introduction to her baby versus
He came
just,
down first of all.
Happy
Everybody
birthday
else.
to you.
Everybody else put a parachute on their babies and just dropped them off. This is a
is part of the
personalized, service delivery.
So it's like the guy walking your package up to your door and setting it on your doorstep and ringing the bell versus just throwing it at your door and hoping that it gets into your yard.
exactly.
I appreciate
Without
Please sign here.
Yes. So she had to sign for her baby, but it was funny because, okay, I thought this was so clever, so freaking funny. He's he's flying through the air, right? And he has to stop and look for directions. So he sets like what we know is the elephant
Right.
inside of
The cloud.
on a cloud.
on a cloud, and he keeps falling through because he's too heavy, right? So then he like looks on his map and he looks down at the United States, and it's literally like
Like a map of the United States.
It's so funny.
Florida's down
it
there.
was weird.
That made me laugh so hard. And every time he looks, he can see the train like moving through Florida.
It was, okay.
I thought that was so funny.
Very simple.
It was cute though. So then he finally flies down and he's going into Florida. And
Hilarious.
he gets there and he delivers his package like a good little late store.
Well, he's
Yeah.
so cute because he's like, is any of the elephants expecting a baby? And they're basically only female elephants in this circus. So there's Mrs. Jumbo, who you can tell is kind of like an outcast, and then
because
all
she's nice.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
all of the other female elephants. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them that are like in this sass pack.
You guys,
basically.
I found the elephants' names.
Oh, okay.
But stop. You're not understanding the gravity of what she just called them.
Sass pack.
The Sass Pack. Absolutely. Their names are Elephant Caddy,
Oh.
Elephant Giddy, and Elephant Prissy. These are the elephants.
Well, there you go.
There was
sass
more
pack.
elephants in
There
that.
are more, but I'm assuming that some people revoiced and maybe some of the other ones didn't talk as much.
Oh,
I
Those-
just
those are the ones
appreciate
that
the
are
fact
named in
that
the
you
cast.
called them the Sass Pack and their names are sassy as.
Sassy,
Yeah.
Giddy, and Prissy.
Kitty and Catty.
Well, they are. They're really
Catty.
rude. They're like so excited, like, oh, a baby. And then he's like, all right, is anybody expecting? Oh, goodness, no, not me.
Not me. How dare you? Why would I be expecting
Well,
a
that's
baby?
probably the nicest thing they said in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
they
the
were
moment
they were
they-
god awful.
The moment they see poor little Dumbo's ears, which are so precious,
So cute.
so cute. Addie literally, ooh, she thought it was so
Because
cute.
Dumbo is adorable. He's
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
cute. He's a baby elephant.
The moment they see him, they're like, goodness me, it's so embarrassing. It's a travesty to pachydermia.
They
They had tiny ears first off. They didn't even look like elephants with their tiny ears.
Yeah, your creepy mascaraed eyes.
so
You're an elephant.
the stork, he asks like, what's the baby's name? And Mrs. Jumbo goes, Jumbo Jr. And they were like, oh. And then he flaps his ears out and they're like, Jumbo, I think you mean Dumbo.
So
I didn't realize
Rude.
that's why his name was Dumbo.
His
I
name
never
isn't
thought,
Dumbo. His name is Jumbo Jr. I refer to him specifically as Jumbo Jr.
but
on
I
my
never,
notes.
as a
How
kid,
dare
that
you.
never what I don't remember that at all. And so I just always thought like Dumbo's a cute name. He's Dumbo. I didn't realize it was like dumb.
oh,
Right.
You know, like
yeah.
I personally did not know
His-
that because I don't recall
the
the
whole
part of the movie.
title
at
of this
all.
movie is an insult. It's
Yeah.
just rude.
You know the best part of this? So we're watching this movie. Me and Addie are on the couch. She's sitting in my lap just like loving it. And Luis is sitting at the table facing the TV but not really watching because he had a whole bunch of grading to do. And so he's just catching like the little like snippets and stuff. And he literally gasped when they did that. He was like,
Because it's awful.
did they just call him Dumbo? And I was like,
Dumbo.
I know. At first it was cute. Now it's not cute anymore.
Yeah, I thought
Cuteness.
Dumbo's just like a cute little
Oh
name.
my gosh.
No, it's
So rude.
his name is Jumbo Jr.
Jumbo
Jr. is his name.
After his dad, who was regular Jumbo, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So-
She's Mrs. Jumbo.
So Mrs. Jumbo is mad, and she like smacks her other lady's trunk away from Dumbo, and and she's like, "What did I do? I didn't say anything. What could I have possibly? It was a harmless remark. I just called him Dumbo."
And the other elephants are like, yeah, it's harmless, harmless. They're literally the worst.
Yeah,
But it's fine because
Hatred.
the Mama Jumbo takes Jumbo Jr. and wraps him up in his ears and rocks him to sleep, and it's freaking cute.
yeah, dude. His ears are so efficient.
Got a
Oh my
built-in
god.
blankie.
Yeah. Number 1, blankets. Number 2,
Cute.
flying devices. Oh, number 3, cute.
Oh, you have really good hearing.
Yeah, number 4.
I'm sure, because you know, like when you like cone up your ear, you can hear
Oh, yeah.
better.
You can hear from 250 miles away.
Once he grows taller, I'm assuming his ears aren't going to get taller too. So
Oh man,
but
adult
you know-
Dumbo?
but
I
think
never
of-
even thought of such a thing.
Think about it though. Isn't that the one thing on your body that keeps growing?
your ears?
Is your ears?
I never heard that.
Hmm.
What? You never heard that?
No,
I think I've
Why do you
heard that
think old people
before.
have such big ears?
because they're old.
Yeah, and,
know.
and the ears have been growing their entire life.
I never thought about it.
Hmm.
Well, either way, his ears are.
I'm just trying to figure out if my ears are proportional to my head or not.
Oh my gosh, his ears are really cute, and
Dumbo's
he's
ears,
cute.
not mine.
So, the next montage song we have is really weird. So well, I guess we kind of skipped Casey Jr., but
It's rolling down the track.
he's rolling down
Yeah.
the track. They get to where they need to go. It's raining because, Florida. So
I thought it was foreboding, but yes, you're right.
Yeah,
it is
that
because
too.
it's Florida.
Florida. But they're just singing this song about how they're roustabouts and they're setting up the tent.
This is the first problem I have with this movie.
The Song of the Roustabouts.
That's what it's literally called.
That's what it's called,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a
Weird.
problem with this.
Hit us with it.
I realize it's the time period, but why are all the laborers people black?
They're all black.
Yeah, they're all black.
Every single person.
Also,
And have
so
no
they
faces.
have. Yeah, there's two problems. One is there's only black people working, and number 2 is but they have help from the animals.
The animals. And the animals.
Only the elephants.
And it's like completely like laborious.
Right.
Like,
That
Yeah.
baby, they put that baby to work real quick. Poor
yeah,
Jumbo Jr.
I don't. It was an issue.
Mhm.
I don't know how they're going to be handling that in
And
this
that's-
new movie,
That's
but
a good question.
Well,
we'll
it's
talk about that
gonna
at some
be
point.
Tim Burton, so I honestly think
Could be pink and purple people, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
he's gonna make it very different and more depressing. So typical Tim Burton stuff. We'll
Darkness.
see. Yeah. So that song "Gots to Go,"
Darkness.
"Gots to Go." That song
born
"Gots
in
to
the
Go."
darkness.
The only songs that can stay so far is Casey Jr. coming down the track. The rest can leave right now because we've only heard 3 songs. Okay, so
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
it's really sad because the next day they're at the circus and people are coming in to see the animals. And there's these little boys, and they just start picking on Dumbo because he has big ears. And then they go.
No. Pause.
That's what happened.
This kid has huge ears.
Right.
And
The
He
biggest
looks like
ears.
he looks like one of those donkey kids from Pinocchio.
Exactly.
Yes.
He is the scariest looking kid I've ever seen, so he needs to shut it.
Yeah, he looks like a donkey
If
kid.
a kid starts messing with another kid and that kid happens to be my kid, you better hope that kid's not your kid because I'm going to make that kid cry.
Yeah.
How about that?
Boom. That's a lot of
Mom life.
kids.
Well, I
Peace
was
out.
trying not to say next kid. If any kids mess with my kid, I'm about to go ham on them. Like, why don't you get a haircut? Why don't you grow up?
Just start
Timmy,
roasting this
you
kid.
look stupid.
So-
Your face is ugly, Timmy. Only a mother could love you. Just kidding.
That's what they said about Dumbo.
I know, but if they roasted my kid first, this kid's about to be toasty.
Right.
Yeah. So mom
Re-roasted.
is like, get out, and they're like grabbing the baby elephant. I don't know. They're just going past the fence. These kids are hooligans.
They were doing a lot.
They're hooligans, and so Mama Jumbo's she's gonna go ham on them.
Well, and she doesn't even do anything like that bad, but she pretty much is like, number one, get out of my elephant
She like
pen.
slaps him with her nose.
Right.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And
Back
so
off.
the ringleader comes in or ring
Yeah,
master,
ringleader.
whatever he's called.
Well, because she's like, he attacked me. Oh. The kid's like screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your foot?
Yeah.
Quit it.
Do
Do you
What
not
is
see me
happening?
keep looking over to the right? I'm
I
like,
thought you were smelling the trash
No.
can because you have pregnant hormones.
no, I thought it was something happening inside the trash can. I've looked in there like 6 times, and every time I look, it stops making a sound.
I can't hear
And
anything
then I
because I got
sit
headphones
back
on.
up, and then it starts again, and then I look at the trash can.
I'm moving my foot.
Stop moving your
Tapping
feet.
your toes
Actually,
down there.
Well, can you hear it now?
No,
The
but you
listeners can't hear anything.
you totally
hear
can
me now?
tap it because I know now what it is.
Right.
Okay.
Not a,
I don't know. I thought it was like a cricket in our
it's
trash.
not a
can.
Timothy
Cricket.
Mouse hanging out in your.
I love Timothy
Yes.
Mouse.
We're not
okay,
there yet.
anyways, we're not there. So Mama
I'm trying
Jumbo,
to bypass the sadness. Go ahead.
Mama Jumbo gets beaten and taken away. They put her in Jumbo jail.
Jumbo jail. Thank you for making that funny because honestly, that's
it's
my
freaking
second
sad.
problem.
This is mad elephant. Do not come
really bad.
close.
This is the reason right here on top of the labor. I don't know if that's true if they use elephants for labor in circuses, but
I don't know.
this is the exact reason why circuses are not circuses anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like because
This making
maltreatment.
the elephants work and then
Well, and that's
whipping
why I
them.
told Andre, I was like, "This is a cartoon, and I'm cringing. I don't think I can see the live action. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
cry."
They're like literally beating the you know what out of
Yeah.
this poor little
Yeah.
elephant. Well, not little, but
Still,
This is like
Yeah.
what I expected the Greatest Showman to actually be like.
was it not?
It was not.
No,
He
it
was
was
he was
not.
a pleasant man in that
That's
movie,
good.
not like the actual
Well,
dude.
he's pleasant looking too, so I mean.
Right.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Moving along.
Moving on.
So she gets stuck in Jumbo jail and literally is in jail until the last minute of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shackled, chained,
Locked up.
locked up.
Locked
I don't
up.
even know if they're feeding her. I'll be honest. Like
Right.
they forgot about
Who
her on
knows?
some hill. It's so sad.
I don't know. It's even sadder. So Dumbo's crying because they took his mom away. Nobody pays attention to Dumbo at all. And then all of the other elephants are like talking crap about his mom,
Just
talking crap
relentlessly.
about him, and then they make a pact that they're never.
They're
That
not
he's-
going to look at him.
they're not going to look at him. They're not going to do anything. They're like ignoring him, and he's just a little baby.
I called them the Real Housewives of the Circus.
It's true. But
yeah, but
worse.
they're just a baby. He's just a baby elephant. He doesn't know. They don't have no kids. They're
Yeah, they don't have
heartless.
like any empathy for a baby like at all. Like it's like they've never interacted with a baby since
Probably
they were
not.
babies.
They might
It's
be
like
heartless.
He has like extra needs. He doesn't
Right,
have-
yeah.
He just like he's just a
Y'all
little
took his
baby.
mom away, and you're not even going to be a mom to
He
him.
got big ears. He can't
Rude.
walk forward that well because his ears keep dragging.
So
on
he
the
goes
ground.
and he
Keep stepping on
hides
him.
because everybody's talking crap about him. And Then we're introduced to Timothy Mouse, the best character of this movie.
Thank the good Lord.
Timothy
Thank
Mouse
the
is dope.
Yeah.
Timmy's there.
Timothy Mouse, apparently he's just like a ringleader mouse of the circus.
Yeah,
I don't
guess
know.
so.
I think he's just a hooligan. He's just like
He's a hooligan.
I wonder,
picking up peanuts.
do we see any other like mice in
No.
the movie?
No.
Just Timothy
So
Mouse.
he's the only mouse. He's got
I
his
feel like they keep-
ringleader jacket
He's
on.
a
Keep him
ringleader.
around to make sure that the elephants do what they're supposed to.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe.
that's
He's
very
a
plausible.
ringleader mouse.
Yeah.
He's doing circusy things. I don't know.
He's the most
So
charismatic manager mouse.
and he's
to walk
like
the
he's like
land.
talking. He's like, why are they picking on Dumbo? Like saying all this stuff, you know. And I think he thinks his name's Dumbo. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Right,
he
yeah.
knows. So Timothy Mouse, you get a pass for calling him Dumbo because you thought that was his name. So he kind of entices him out with some peanuts, and he's just like, you know, we're gonna make you a little circus star. So he's
spirits.
and basically he's Dumbo's mom now because even Dumbo, like when they're walking, Dumbo will
Mom manager.
Dumbo holds
Yes.
onto his tail with his
Oh
nose.
my God! Stop it.
So cute.
Oh my God! It's so precious.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for Timothy Mouse, poor Dumbo, I don't even know what would happen to him.
Yeah.
But it's also Emily's crying.
No, actually, I thought there was a spider on the ceiling, so that's why I was. It's like a moth.
Some other kind of bug.
Ooh, gross.
All right.
But that's why I'm doing that. Can you see?
Oh, it's flying.
I
It's a
think
moth.
so. Listeners, just so you know,
We're in the final stages.
We're in the final stages of pregnancy,
A
so
stork is about to come over.
I'm literally
Emily's house.
swirling like Doug
Stork
from
is
Up.
about to
Yes,
deliver.
so
Yeah.
that's why I can't focus.
Yeah.
But also because this is so sad.
It is. But Timothy Mouse is very cute. He's gonna stick up for Dumbo, and
He's
they're
smart, too.
pals now. He's like, you know what? All I have to do is get you an act, and then you're gonna be fine, right? So, what did they do at first?
Well,
oh,
First
he
they're
was-
surveying, and the clowns are there.
no clowns. What happens is he
clowns.
overhears the actual ringleader talking about doing something about putting the elephants in a pyramid, and then
Right. Big climax.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can put some elephants in a pyramid? How's that even possible?
Not even in a pyramid. He just wants to put them like just stacked, like just
Right.
stack them up on a ball. So there's like supposed to be like 16, 17 of them or something ridiculous.
a
which
lot of
like even animated wise, I think there's like 6 or 7, which is really ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then Dumbo is supposed to like catapult himself.
Yeah, he's supposed to run. He's supposed to jump on the springboard and go at the top and then wave a flag. But it was all Timothy Mouse's idea because he like whispered it in the ringleader's
So
ear.
we completely missed the scene where Timothy Mouse invents Inception. He goes into
Oh my
he
God.
goes into the
Freaking
ringleader's
real.
like sleeping chambers or whatever. This is I don't know what's that sleeping chambers.
You mean his tent?
He goes into his tent and he like
and he inceptions.
he
this
straight up
dude.
inceptions him. The ringleader is sleeping, snoring. He gets up real close. He dresses up like a ghost, which is very funny. And he's like, Dumbo. Dumbo is the key. Dumbo is the climax. And the ringleader's like, Dumbo.
Andre loves those classic cartoony type stuff. So every time something like that
fantastic.
happens, he loves it. And yes, I get
So
that.
he feeds in the whole idea of springboarding Dumbo to the top
Yes.
and waving the
and
flag.
I get that in circuses, yes, they would have elephants stand on tiny things.
Yeah, like stand on the balls. I googled elephant circus, and they are kind of on top of each other and on top of like balls and stuff like that, but not
Not
to
that.
the extravagance of
Like they'll
16
put their
elephants.
hind legs up on the other elephant's butt or something, and they can't stand on a ball, which is absolutely insane. But
Or-
you
They
know.
don't have mini elephants springboarding to the top and then waving a flag.
yeah,
No.
correct.
And
Until
just-
now.
Until now, except for it never happened because it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
And there was no way that was ever going to work. Dumbo unfortunately falls
Yeah, Dumbo couldn't.
on his cute little ears.
You know, you gotta do some. They obviously didn't do any rehearsals for this. You know,
No.
why
No rehearsals. They were like, just do it because
can't
they're
just
animals.
assume that this baby elephant is gonna be talented right off the back, despite his gigantic ears. You gotta, give him some practice first.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole circus falls down, but no casualties, so we're good.
Actually, we don't know that.
We do not know
You
that at all.
We don't know that because they got up and they moved the next day. There was probably like 16 people very majorly hurt, and they were like, lawsuit,
Yeah.
move in.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
don't know, but
But then the elephants, at that point, not only were they not going to look at him and not believe him or whatever, now they're like, he's not even a pachyderm.
Right.
well, yeah,
He's not
because
even an elephant.
they put him in the clown act.
He a clown.
Yeah, so he's not an elephant. So they take a pact not
Which
to.
is like the extra downgrade.
Right. Yeah. They demoted him.
I hate clowns.
He was born a week ago. Why is he getting all this bad treatment? This is messed up. I don't like
He's
it.
not supposed to feel emotions like that yet.
I'm
And
not.
all he does is cry.
Yeah.
I know, and poor Timothy's like, Dumbo, why are you gonna cry? What's crying ever done? And Dumbo doesn't talk. He just cries.
Dumbo does not talk. He doesn't say a single word.
So,
It's
anyways,
just so sad.
after that happened,
He just shakes his head and cries. Me too, Dumbo. Me too.
so they put him in the clown act, which is honestly
More animal endangerment.
super sad because there's like fireman clowns, and he has to jump out of the building into the pool
That's burning.
that's burning.
Right.
Poor
Like,
elephant.
It doesn't even seem even a little bit close to
He
safe.
does it though. People like him. The clowns go have a party, and Timothy
Oh, that's right.
tells Dumbo, he's like, and Dumbo's still crying, and he's like, it's okay, Dumbo, because you're gonna go see your mom. And then he takes him to go see his mom in Jumbo jail,
Jumbo
and then they sing that song.
Which does not make that song cute. It makes it awful.
My mom used to sing that to me as a baby.
Well, it's precious until you like put it in context.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking about how all you see is just a little trunk come out of these barred windows, wrap down and cuddle the baby.
She can't
Yeah.
even
She
see
can't
her
even
baby.
Can't
see
see
it.
her. Oh, there she
She
goes.
can't see
It's
her.
over.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
god.
So just a quick aside. This specific
Better be funny.
I don't know if it is. This specific story reminds me of the story of like the Dumbledores in Harry Potter,
Huh?
because Dumbledore's like little sister, she's like acts up and accidentally like kills the mom or whatever, and then
Oh, we getting Harry Potter.
but yes, we're getting Harry Potter, but
Harry
she's
Potter doesn't make me
oh
cry. Keep
right
going.
before that, the sister gets attacked by some Muggles. The dad goes after the Muggles and is then arrested for that. So he's gone forever. And then the little girl acts up and kills the mom. And it reminded me of that just because, like, that's exactly what she did, what Mrs. Jumbo did. She, like, went after the kids who were attacking her baby and then was jailed for it.
her 1-day-old baby, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it seems unjustly.
That was a really long runaround, but it gave me time to collect myself. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really don't understand how that reminded you of
I don't
that
know
at
either,
all,
but-
No?
you know.
Okay, well, I see it.
Okay. Anyways,
But at least I stopped.
the song's
stopped
over.
leaking
That
through my
song's
eyes.
over. It's fine. So they go over there.
It's fine.
Dumbo's still crying and really sad, and so Timothy Mouse is like, "Go get yourself some water." out of
Meanwhile,
this
the clouns
thing.
have been partying.
Clouds
okay?
were partying
They were
hardy.
Clowns
Wow.
just had a great
They're
show.
popular now.
They did a fantastic job, and and so they were in there. They were getting a drink on. They were doing all kinds of fun stuff. And one of them gets a little sloppy and drips his drink into the water bucket. Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much pours his entire
Pours
bottle.
his whole bottle of champagne or whatever substance was in there into
Absinthe.
yeah into the water bucket. Timothy then tells Dumbo to go take a drink.
And they're drunk.
And Dumbo does. And oh boy,
Timothy's drunk too.
it's party
But
time.
listen, also, why does this kind of stuff happen in a lot of older movies where they seem to like kind of a lot of movies?
Psychedelic-y.
Yeah. It's just so weird to me. Like, I didn't need to see 3-day-old Dumbo get drunk, really.
Yeah, no.
I
Like,
feel like we had read a fact at one point in an earlier episode where somebody said, like, this is the first time in a Disney movie where a character has been, the main character has been, like, drunk on screen or whatever. And,
like, no, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, this is definitely earlier than whatever it was we were watching
Maybe it's
before.
because he's not human, so
Yeah.
animals can get drunk. It's no big deal.
I guess.
All I'm saying is that number one, ethically, it's an issue.
Oh,
Number
yeah.
two, it's scary. The only thing I remember as a kid is the pink elephant,
it's scary.
and it scared the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And it scared the crap out of me again, too, because
it
Audrey and
was
I were
scary.
like, oh.
So
It's not like visually.
elephants
I wonder if
on
it's supposed
parade.
to be like the animated like
Yes.
excitement of the movie.
I think, like,
and it is because Disney, Disney, they want to show off their animation.
yeah, I think this sequence is like a technical achievement in animation in one way or another. watercolors and all that kind of
It
stuff.
just makes me think
because
of
everything else-
Fantasmic, like the
everything
beginning
else
of the
in
song.
the movie was fully watercolor.
Dun-dun.
With,
Yeah.
And I realized that they were trying to they were on a strict budget, so they could only spend so much. And there wasn't a lot of detail, and this was the detailed scene. But like, why did it have to be scary? Is it because when you get drunk, it's scary?
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. Is like, hey, if you drink, this is what's gonna happen. Bad stuff. I will say,
Andre
I
likes it.
love that song, and I really like the sequence. It's very fun to me.
It's terrifying. Andre, you even screamed when the elephant came. That was like multiple elephants had put in one, and they looked really mean.
All right, this dude is
That is the scariest part.
terrifying.
Andre went, yikes!
And I wish he was a boss in Kingdom Hearts or something like that. He's just a man made of elephant faces, and it's and they're all different colors, and it is just waddling towards you. And I can imagine him like punching with tentacly snout arms and whatnot. Trunk arms, yeah.
You know, it's funny because this reminds me, and it freaked me out too, very similarly of Heffalumps and Woozles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another
the Heffalumps and Woozles aren't
another
as scary as this.
Huh?
I said that's another jam.
I like I like Heffalumps and Woozles. That doesn't bug me. But
it's similar, like animation wise.
Yes.
The song is less creepy, but this one I think is supposed to be scary because it even said something about like they scare you or something. I don't
right? Yeah. Here they come, bibbidi bobbidi.
Boo.
Now I'm going into Fantasmic. Anyways.
Yeah, but Pink Elephant's
Terrifying. I remember the gypsy elephant.
Yeah, I remember that. Not scary.
I don't know, listeners. I guess I need your opinion. Let us know what you think about pink elephants on parade. Not Pink Panther, pink elephants.
No.
Funny aside, Andre, my lovely husband,
That's me.
lays in his bed
Oh.
and he has a stand that comes from the ground and it bends over and he puts his iPad in it so he can literally watch it while he's laying down. So he watches stuff on it.
I like to be
I wish you
comfortable.
guys could just picture like an old man laying down on their bed. They have this stand. You can bend it whatever way you want so your iPad's in front of your face
Very malleable.
or on your side like this. And he watches it every night. And I always tell him turn the brightness down because it's bright.
all the way down.
But the other night, I think this was like a week and a half ago, woke up at 3 a.m. and usually his screen's off by then. His screen was still on and it was playing Pink Panther.
What? Oh.
and I woke him up and was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh no!" And then you looked at it, and then the next morning you got up, you're like, "Why was I watching Pink Panther?"
YouTube autoplay was on, dude. I don't know. It kept mute video to video.
That just reminded
I fell asleep 4 videos ago.
Anyways, let us know what you think of pink
I
elephants.
just like how you said that it came out of the ground like it was literally growing out of your carpet
it's
or
attached
something.
to our bed.
It's attached to the side of the bed.
I won't even lie though. I went in their room the other day because, long story short, I went in there because I was looking at their decor and I saw Andre's thing coming out of the abyss, and I was like, "Oh my God, stop it!"
Yes.
That's a totally Andre thing to do.
Yeah.
So,
Well, moving on.
Yeah. Take inspiration. You're welcome.
anyways, the
Don't do it.
next morning they
It's
wake
bad
up
for your
in
eyes.
a tree.
They wake up in a tree.
They wake up in a tree.
And comes my last problem with this movie.
They meet
Yes.
some crows.
They meet some crows.
Yes.
Andre, want to talk about some
So,
crows?
okay, the crows. The crows are obviously black people. Like
Whoa, he went there.
they speak
they are.
they speak
Yeah.
in jive. They're wearing interesting clothes.
cool cats.
Well, it's like barely a step up from like hobo clothes.
For sure.
I like the one with the glasses. Just saying.
And then they clown on Dumbo for a little bit before they start helping him out.
Yeah.
So initially watching this movie as a kid, you don't notice that. You know, they're just crows or whatever. Growing up,
Yeah, I never thought
you
about
find out about that particular controversy that within Dumbo, the crows are racist caricatures of black people, which I agreed with at the time. Watching it this time, though, I was like, well, the crows are actually pretty nice, and you know they're funny and they're helpful and they're singing and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're not mean.
And I read that they were actually voiced by black people, which helped a lot.
Well, thank
Because
the Lord.
holy moly,
'Cause
like
sometimes-
the crows are better than the female sass pack, okay?
oh yeah, absolutely. 1,000,000%.
I like
Realistic, yes.
the crows, but do I have a problem with them being portrayed in that manner? Yes. This is why we haven't watched Song of the South, and I don't think we ever
Right.
will,
Yes,
because
exactly.
that's all we will talk about.
Yes, that's
you know,
it.
like in it.
I won't have a we won't have anything else to say.
Yeah. So
So
I will say I thoroughly remember the crow with the glasses as a kid. That
yeah.
was the one I remember. The like
think I
silly
wrote-
little outcast crow.
I think I wrote in my notes, the crows look like they're based off of the kids from Fat Albert.
Oh my goodness.
So as much as I do not appreciate the stereotypical caricatureness of the crows, and how they're like specifically like black birds who are portraying black people, that's just like a weird thing. But at the same time, I do commend Disney in 1941 for giving like 6 black dudes jobs on a movie.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Of course.
That's nice.
And I also really like the song they
And
sing.
Yes.
I feel like they have the most.
They're the best song.
I feel like they have the most
Dialogue.
in the whole freaking
Yeah,
movie.
the whole movie. Sure,
I
they
ain't
got a
never
lot
seen
of
an
lines.
elephant fly.
Yeah.
I like that song a lot.
When I see an elephant fly.
When
Ooh, that wasn't my best
see
note. Sorry about that.
an elephant fly. Yeah, and this is where the magic feather thing comes from. So this is honestly from here on out, the movie is so much nicer.
And
like,
also, it's
I love it.
almost over.
It's almost
Oh my
over.
God,
This
we have
is
5
the
minutes
end of the
left.
movie.
But it's also like really cute. I like this. So they meet the crows, and then
They realize very quickly that the only way they could have gotten
Yeah,
up
it's
into that tree is
flying.
if something flew up
Yes.
So they make fun of him a little bit, but then the crows are like, Timothy, you want to get this elephant flying? And so he says something about psychology, which is cracking me up, like behavior therapist in me. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
so he gives him a feather. That's where the magic feather comes from. And then the famous quote, like, the very things that are holding you down are going to bring you up. So his ears that were bringing him down are now going to bring him up.
Right, yeah.
But also on his insides.
Kept tripping on his ears.
On his inside.
He was feeling down. Now they're going to bring him up. So there's that little famous quote comes from, which I think is super cute.
It is
Um,
cute. It just bothers me that it's not that big of a deal, and we're just like
Right, yeah.
focused on.
Oh,
this
it's
poor
not.
little
We'll get
baby.
there. So the song happens. It's really cute. Dumbo can apparently fly, which is super cute when he flies because his ears are so flappy. It's freaking cute. So
The original Flappy
So he's
Bird.
gonna show them all, right? Like these clowns want him to jump out of like what 180-foot tall
Yes,
building
Yes.
or
they like
something
quadruple
insane
the height.
The
where
ante, for sure.
the elephant's gonna die, right? Like it's not gonna happen. So he drops the feather, and Timothy's literally like, "Fly! You can fly!" And he flies, and then
And
guess
tell
what?
me why I'm expecting the song "You Can Fly,
can fly."
Like I'm
Yeah.
expecting it to
Not when I see an elephant fly, which is what happens,
Right.
right? But it's all of a sudden everyone likes Dumbo now just because he can fly. It's rude. I mean, it's
I
good that
mean-
they like him, but
But it's
and I
annoying.
told Andrea at the end of this, I was like, "Still, what is it? The moral of the story is if you have something weird about you, you can be cool as long as you have something that you can do that's cool." Like,
pretty much.
I mean,
like there
yeah.
wasn't like there was a weird moral. I get the moral is supposed to be like this is what was bringing him down, and now it's lifting him up, and blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
what I took from it was you can be an outcast, but if you do something amazing, then people will like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like find your true friends, your Timothy Mises.
I like
mice.
I like the mouse.
Find your true friends, and then also don't let other people get you down. Embrace
Yeah.
your own body and self-image, and use that.
But
to
Dumbo
propel
was
you into
always
success.
crying until he flew. He
Yeah.
was crying
Right.
when the crows made fun of him too. He's just always crying, and I feel so bad for him. He never talks; he only cries.
I mean, he wasn't. It didn't seem like he was sad about his ears specifically.
No.
like he was sad
No,
about
it
his
was most
situation.
He was
Definitely,
sad because
like-
people don't like him.
But he realized that once the ears were useful,
And then
that,
they take Mama Jumbo out of Jumbo jail, and they put her up in a nice train car
Oh,
in a
yeah.
bath.
Jumbo
something.
jail to Jumbo jet. You know what I mean?
Basically. At least they let her out. But did they only let her out because her son's famous now?
Yes.
Yes.
You know?
That's exactly
Apparently-
what happens in
Right.
real life.
Apparently
Yes.
she's not crazy.
You don't go to jail
Yeah.
when your son's famous.
Yeah. You,
Yeah.
you buy your mama a house.
So is the
I just
movie
have so many issues with this.
Yes. Is the movie cute? Yes.
Yes.
I love it for what it is. It's short, it's cute, it's to the point.
It's
It's a
colorful.
simple story.
But is it also
It's got some
kind
fun
of terrible.
songs.
Yeah, like it's kind of terrible. Yeah. But is Dumbo the freaking cutest elephant you've ever seen in your life? Absolutely.
Well, and that's
He's
why
so
like
cute.
when I go to rate this, it's going to be 100% based on the time period. Because right now,
yeah.
like if I try to put my personal morals on it, it's going to be like,
yeah.
But in general, was it a good movie for like 41? Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
for 1941, this
I ain't
movie
watching anything else from 1941.
I ain't watching nothing
Crazy.
from 1941.
I don't want to watch anything else from 1941.
You want to know what happened in 1941?
War.
War.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Except Dumbo. Here it again.
Except Dumbo. That was actually really good that we started that at the same time. But here's the interesting thing. So this movie comes out in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Pearl Harbor happened in
December. Wow.
Tell me that's not the craziest thing.
That is wild.
That 2 months later, Pearl Harbor happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
That's how old this movie is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently, Time magazine was going to honor Dumbo as Mammal of the Year on the front of their cover, like the front cover of their magazine, in December, right?
Oh.
And which is hilarious because can you imagine, like time period wise, a animated feature like on the front of Time,
right?
But then obviously, what happened? Like, Pearl Harbor happens, and then they had to replace it, and they did something. Obviously,
pull Dumbo.
They did something a little bit more serious, but it's just so interesting that like that's the juxtaposition of what's happening like in real life.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, too, because I know, like, not that we're going to get into a whole history lesson, but it's so interesting how, like, during those times, people, like, sought, like, comfort in
the movies. In entertainment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
So they're going to go watch Dumbo cry.
But he is very cute.
But
if Timothy Mouse wasn't in this movie, God.
Oh, he's totally the redeeming.
Linchpin.
He's the thing keeping it at least a little bit cheery.
100%.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Jiminy Cricket. Like, he's like the little conscious, like, let your conscience be your guide. Jiminy's telling Pinocchio what to do. Timothy Mouse is telling Dumbo what to do. And it was weird to me because when you first see Dumbo, he's not wearing his clown hat and his collar, whatever you want to call it. And that's how you know Dumbo as. But he was cute without it, too.
Yeah, he was.
I find it interesting that, he wears that. Maybe
he's a
like
clown.
For 1 or 2 or 3 scenes in the movie.
Right at the end.
Yeah, towards the end. But then at the very, very end, when he sees his mom in her new fancy train car, he's got on like goggles.
Aviator goggles.
Aviator goggles. And I never see that in
they make planes after him and stuff.
Wouldn't
it's hilarious.
That be hilarious?
Right.
If, like, I would love to have a Dumbo with the goggles.
Yeah.
That's super cute.
I have a Dumbo. You gave me that Dumbo.
Mm-hmm.
That was my prize when I did the Miss California pageant. I got Dumbo.
Yeah.
She got Dumbo.
Yeah, see, Clown Dumbo. Is the past Dumbo. Future Dumbo is Goggles Dumbo.
But Dumbo's just Dumbo. He's actually not even Dumbo. He's Jumbo Jr.
Jumbo Jr.
JJ.
Word.
Maybe he just embraced his name. He's like, I'm Dumbo now.
I mean, it became a stage name for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Want to know something else?
Yes.
There was a original Easter egg in this movie.
What?
So it said somewhere right in the beginning of the movie when they're I have a piece of rice
food on
me.
you.
When they're pulling out of the station, it says WP Circus on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what WP stands for?
Ringling. No, I don't know.
That was nice.
Walt
Disney Productions.
Oh, okay.
Circus. Isn't that good?
That's cool.
Yeah. Good for them.
I never went to the circus as a kid.
No, I think it would have freaked me out.
It came to the flea market in Ceres all the time.
I think I went to that.
Heck
or
yeah.
in the parking lot of the mall, but I never went.
Yeah, no.
I went to that once.
I don't believe in the circus.
I ate circus peanuts.
Animal cruelty.
Like the
orange peanuts?
The orange ones, like the candy ones.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. That's what these are? Not a fan.
No.
And then I wasn't a fan of the rest of the circus either.
No, so you didn't like circus
I was like, oh, so
peanuts?
we outside and it smells like hay and there's people performing mediocrely in front of me.
Yep.
I hate clowns, so God, I would hate the circus.
I don't remember there being any clowns, but I might have blocked that out. Who
yeah.
knows?
Well, you want to know another good fact?
Another fact.
It won Best Original Musical Score.
Okay.
The Oscar.
Yep.
The Oscars.
I want to find out what it beat that year. But keep talking.
Were there other movies that year? I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know.
One other movie.
But another good fact is that the flying elephant, Dumbo the flying elephant, can be found in 5 different parks, right? So we have it in Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Diz Paris, Hong Kong, Disneyland, Tokyo Disney.
I like Dumbo.
So that's pretty cool to be found in 5 different
Dumbo's
parks.
fun to ride, but I wish they still gave you the feather like how they used to. They used to like in the olden days.
Back in 1941.
in the 90s, when you would get in line at Dumbo, like when I was a kid, they would give you the black feather because that's how they would know how many Dumbos to give away to people. And I used to think it was so cool holding the wooden black feather. And me and my sister would fight over who got to hold the feather.
Don't doubt it.
So apparently the Oscar that it won for the best original score, this was the first time they had ever had that Oscar.
Oh.
In 1941. This is the 14th Academy Awards. The 91st just passed for some reference there.
Jeez.
But I don't see the other nominees.
They're like, we forgot to write it down.
We forgot. Yeah, we ain't
1941. All right, well.
Well, and the cool thing is that the reason we chose this movie in the first place is because the live action Tim Burton Dumbo is coming out next week.
That's right. Next Friday, there's a new Dumbo
Which,
appearing.
On my birthday.
My opinion is still the same about live actions. I don't care. I don't.
She doesn't see you, RR.
I don't care.
She don't care.
I saw this post the other day. I think it might have been Kermit Kid. I think he posted like, Disney, you can finish some of these trilogies that you started but never made the 3rd movie and just like put away the live actions, or in my opinion, just make some original content.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
because it's Tim Burton, I'm going to give it the light of day because I think he's going to do something completely different than this story.
Yeah.
Because it's probably going to be a 2-hour movie, right? So he's going to have to double it.
You gotta have a whole other hour of content.
Things
in there.
are going to happen, but I just, for how sad this one was, I just don't know if I can handle it.
Well, based on my understanding after I did some research is that this movie was based on a story and then it was later put into a book. Like it was later then made into a book.
Oh.
So if that's true, then has to be more content than just this.
Yeah.
Because this could be a 30-page book. You know what I mean?
Right.
In really big letters.
I mean, I'm sure it's a kid's book. You know what I mean? Like an easy one
But
to
think
read.
about like what he did with Alice in Wonderland. Like I know that you guys particularly aren't huge. You're not huge fans
I like the
of
first
it.
one.
the first one's good.
But Luis and I are like really big fans of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we just like the different like take that
I like
that he
it.
took.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I like
It'll be
Tim
interesting.
Burton. From the trailers that we've seen thus far, there seems to be a lot more focus on
Animals.
human children than
human
the animals. Yeah, like there weren't any kids in this movie aside from that big-eared kid that
Is
That
Dumbo...
I'm about to beat down.
I need to know, is Dumbo going to talk?
No.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think there'll be any.
Why
talking
can't
animals.
Dumbo talk? Why do all the other animals talk? Why not Dumbo?
Probably because he's 4 days old.
Why did they
and
make
hasn't
the
learned
genie
English
blue and
yet.
he don't need
Ah.
Why? Tell me why. See,
Tell me why.
it's the questions that we're not gonna get answered. Tell me why. Jeez. Anywho.
Okay,
Tell
well,
me money. Tell me
Will I see it?
Money.
Yes, because Disney can always take my money. So, I'll see it. I got Cinemia. I can go see it.
Yeah, I'm excited for
Every time
live
you
action
think
Dumbo.
that every time you say that, I think you have like sickle cell anemia.
Right? Yeah. We
Oh,
got
no!
It sounds like you're.
I have Cinemia.
Cinemia is a movie
It's not
pass
funny.
style.
That idea is not funny. But it
Service.
sounds like you have some type of disorder.
Yeah, it's a bad name. It's not a good name.
There's an eyelash.
I've been looking at it for the last 30
Why
minutes.
didn't you tell me it was
Well, the listeners don't need to know you have an eyelash on your nubbin.
But they know now.
there? I know now.
Andre,
All right.
do you have money info?
Yes, I have some money info. You guys, this movie in 1941 had a big old budget of
$20.
$950,000.
What in the world?
That's a lot.
$950,000. It grossed in the box office $1.6 million.
Not that much more?
Not that much more, but in terms of that much money, it is
70%
more.
money.
Yeah, 70% more for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, they did gangbusters on this thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
And is Dumbo popular still to this day? Yes.
But yeah.
At least, and it's so funny because I feel like we're not the. I mean, I could be wrong. Please tell us if we're wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong in saying that not everyone is like super familiar with the movie itself.
Sure.
But
That
But
happens
they
a
know the
lot.
character.
But we know the character. We know the franchise. We know about the character.
Yes.
And so for me, that means it lives on.
Oh yeah.
At this point,
Like, do you
most
see
yeah.
Pocahontas in the park? Not really.
No.
I mean, she's in the thing now. But
At this
Dumbo
point,
is like
Yeah.
Dumbo.
most children or kids can go into Fantasyland and ride the rides, but they never saw that movie.
Yeah.
They
well,
didn't.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
The majority of children. I mean, for me, it was old to see Dumbo.
Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah, I have it somewhere on VHS.
It's because
But-
it's been in the vault. You can't get it, girl.
Right.
It's
You ain't
also
getting
because
it.
my parents made me watch all those Disney. They didn't make me. I wanted to, but it's just I just
But
don't
they
think
showed them to you.
most
Yeah.
of those older classic Disney movies aren't available to show your children.
Yeah.
So do they know who Snow White is? Probably yes, because they've seen her, but I don't know if they've seen the movie. Especially Dumbo. I mean, I've never even freaking seen Toad's whatever, and I go on that ride, and I
Mr.
think I
Toad's
know.
Wild Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We're
think
gonna watch
I
it.
think that's yeah that's really a lot part of it is that the kids have to be exposed to these movies at some point, and if
I mean, yeah.
the parents aren't doing it, then
Hunchback of Notre Dame came out way past those movies, but it only has one little tinky rinky dinky thing in the park.
right. Like I saw all these
You just said
Tinky
tinky
Rinky
rinky dinky.
Dinky.
I'm done. It's time to be done with this episode.
I saw
It
I
has
s-
a tinky rinky dinky thing in the park.
It
I don't even
does.
know what the tinky rinky dinky
I have
thing is
no
in
idea
the
what you're
park.
referring
Babe,
to.
when we went into Fantasyland, the Princess Fantasy Fair, and I said, "Look, this is the only thing Hunchback in the park," and it's like a
Oh.
okay,
A
I
tinky
remember-
rinky dinky.
you know
Let
the
me
thing
explain.
from Shrek. Do like is one of those thingies,
Yeah.
and you spin the wheel, and it does the topsy turvy, and the little clock thingies come by, and then there's people jumping like wee.
If for some reason you didn't understand that, it's a box. It's a
Yeah, it's a box.
it's a display box that has some Hunchback of Notre Dame backgrounds in it. There's a big wheel on front of the box. You spin
the wheel.
You
You
spin
crank
the
it.
wheel.
It's a crank.
You crank the crank, and the images move
Yeah.
in the
okay.
box, and
Yeah.
it plays some music from the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hey, Adeline, did you like Dumbo?
Did you like Dumbo? Yeah.
You like
Yay.
Dumbo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
liked
did
Dumbo.
like Dumbo. The podcast baby
Podcast
just
baby
entered.
has spoken.
Soon to be 2 podcast babies.
Oh my God, stop.
Yes. So I saw a bunch of these movies when I was a kid because my parents showed them to me. But my sister, who is 6 years younger, I'm pretty sure she hasn't seen any of like the Disney classics just because she
Yeah.
missed them. You weren't around when we were showing these, so
Just like oh my
Well, and
gosh,
especially,
yes.
It's not funny, even though it's actually kind of funny
Mhm.
that once VHSs became obsolete,
Those movies
so
fell off.
many families lost their
their
collection of Disney movies.
I'm pretty
Absolutely.
sure my family still has it all in storage.
oh,
Let's convert them to DVD. Let's do it.
oh God.
I don't know, but
Can you imagine? But,
Yeah.
but then here's the deal.
It's an undertaking.
It probably takes 7 million years,
and it's not going to
And it-
matter.
and the quality
Quality's way worse.
is gonna.
It's
suck.
not going to matter because Disney Plus streaming service is going to come out soon, and they better give me all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Or they'll hold it back from you and
No.
get you to subscribe every month by releasing a new one.
That's exactly.
Slowly, yet
take
surely.
my money then.
I love Disney, but
They know how to get our money.
Take my money.
know how to
For
get
sure.
Mama's
But
money.
speaking of the sister thing, my younger sister is only three years younger than me, and she was trying to claim that she knew what the Goofy movie was yesterday, and I know for sure she didn't because we were talking.
she didn't know.
We were talking about how my parents had this old, just think of an old rickety van. And there was no DVD systems in the van. Those didn't exist. So my parents had a tiny TV, like the big chunky one, a tiny TV, and
they
they would
Tiny
plug
big
it
chunky
into the cigarette lighter, because those are in cars still, you know. They would plug it into the cigarette lighter, and they would put it on the center console thingy and hold it up, and we would put the VHS in it, and we would watch the Goofy movie when we had to drive all the way to Disneyland. And so my older sister and I were texting each other like, oh yeah, I remember that TV we had in that car. We would watch a Goofy movie, and then our parents didn't know what was happening in the movie, and Dad would only sing On the Open Road, and Kylie was like, yeah, I know that. I was like, no, you don't. You were like 2. So if your sister is 6 years different than you, then yeah, they don't know any of that VHS.
That is a lot of work to entertain your children. Like,
Oh yeah.
power to your parents. My
Absolutely.
God.
My dad said that he memorized movies based on the order of songs, because that was like the only time he would tune in to what we were listening to.
That's when the song was
You know?
They plugged a TV,
Plug his TV in.
into the cigarette light.
I
My parents did a similar thing,
I really
but for
wish
not
we
as
had a
long.
picture of it, because that was a road trip staple. Yeah, it was like a little chunky, tiny TV, and they plugged it into the
Tiny.
cigarette
Yeah.
lighter.
I think, like, my parents did a very similar thing, and my dad just must have gotten tired of doing that because he got a DVD player installed into our van.
Yeah.
Well,
He
we
was like-
eventually got
he
a
was
new
not,
van, and it
uh,
had the
No,
pop-down
I
thing.
think your dad is. We know where you get your techie from. Your
Mhm.
dad just was
Absolutely.
like,
He's like,
no.
what? I can
Yeah, once we
just
got
put one of these in
once
here?
we got
Yeah,
the
I
pop
know.
down
I know all
DVD
about your
thing,
dad. Don't
I was
even.
like 13, 14, so I didn't have any say of what movie was going in there. Then it was Kylie watching Monsters Inc., you know, but
I was an only child, and I think my parents were just like, you don't get a DVD
Yeah,
player,
deal with
because
the
I have
back.
never in my life.
did you have a
been
Game Boy
car.
in the car or something?
No, never been in a car with technology.
Yeah,
other
because
than what was-
you
Then
couldn't
you
overpower your
played
parents with
you played
with
the
toys.
ABC game on people's
You were but one child.
I was but one
people's
child.
license plates, the ABC game,
No.
or you would yell out if you saw a funky state. We played the billboards. You would have to pass the billboard and find A, and then the next billboard, if it had a B, then you B. You had to get all the letters. No, only my family. Okay.
No.
Interesting game.
That's good. But
Mhm.
no, I didn't.
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Dumbo happened next
I had a
week.
really boring childhood, I guess.
Oh wait, shoot, we didn't even rate this. Oh, Andre rating.
I didn't say the tomato meter rating.
Oh.
So on
we got way sidetracked.
Sorry.
on Rotten Tomatoes, since this is a classic movie, not a current movie, they do like a propagation of ratings based on old reviews. So it has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dang.
It's not certified fresh, but it is 97%.
Okay.
It is. It has an audience score of 70%. So that's based on people actually writing into Rotten Tomatoes and saying what they think about it.
It is a
Okay.
tomato.
It is a tomato.
Tomato.
Did they throw tomatoes at Dumbo at one point?
No.
No.
No, but I'm surprised they didn't.
Right?
No.
Rude. So my score. What am I gonna give this? I think I'm gonna give Dumbo a 7.5. It's a fun movie with fun songs. The cutest elephant that I ever did see, and he can fly. That's automatically a whole point right there. That's dope. I love that he can fly. The detriments to it are just a smothering of racism, and then
Smothering?
They buttered the bread.
just a smackerel of racism, and
Smackerel?
and then some songs that I really didn't
Care for.
care for, and honestly, it ends a little bit abruptly to me because he learns to fly, and then the movie's over. I was like, wait, we don't get no more flying scenes at all? That's it?
They have a Dumbo
It's
too.
over?
Go see Dumbo too.
I will not be seeing
I ain't
Dumbo
gonna go
too.
see Dumbo too. No
Anyways,
thanks.
okay.
7.5.
I agree with you. I was also going to give a 7.5. It went up a little bit because of Timothy Mouse, and I'm also trying. If I'm trying to think of this in the context of 1941, it's probably a 9 for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it a 7.5. It holds up. It's good. I'll probably watch it again in 5 years. I like it. And do I like Dumbo and Timothy Mouse? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emily?
I'm going to give it an 8 for the time period. It's good. I like how fast it goes. The transitions, dig it. Like, move along.
Yeah.
It's not our it's not what we're used to,
Right.
but like for the time period, I'm sure it was like it just was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the sadness and the racist stuff is a little just too much for me.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe.
Mistaken?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that this was Walt Disney's like favorite movie that he made.
I heard that, but I feel
That
like
was Snow White.
I thought Snow White was his favorite.
Well, maybe he had
That
a
was
lot
Mary
of favorites.
Poppins.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I heard that too. He a liar. No, I don't know.
He
he probably
likes
just had a lot of favorites.
no, I did hear that. I did read that as a fact that it was his favorite. I just don't know, like, is that corroborated somewhere?
Right.
Did someone say what Disney
Is there a
says
video of Walt Disney saying Dumbo, my favorite? Is that what he sounded like?
I freaking hope not.
But Addie liked it.
Addie loved
I
it.
liked it. Yeah, yeah. For super young kids, it's elephant.
And especially because
It's
they're
a
not
mouse.
catching all the other weird stuff,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like the coolest movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's bright, it's fun. The train is funny.
Yeah.
Like just like the way that it's animated is
thought
very
I
cool.
could. I thought I could.
I love that
thought
ride
I
at
could.
Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
Casey Jr.'s coming down.
And you
the
know
track.
why I like that ride? It's so much longer than you expect.
Yeah.
Like every time you get on it, like I remember the first time, probably like a couple years ago, because I didn't ever rode it as a kid. I don't know. I guess it just doesn't.
Oh,
like
you
it.
got to run to the caboose. My parents used to put us in the monkey cage.
Oh heck
no,
to the
monkey cage.
But here's the deal.
I don't go
I
in no
expected
monkey
it to
cages.
be like 30 seconds long,
Oh, that was
Right.
pretty long.
and then it kept going and going, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is really cool."
Yeah, if you're gonna wait, there's never usually a super long line for it. Just throw your kids on that train, man.
For
They'll like
real.
it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
Well, I love
put them
the
in the
way
monkey cage.
I really like the way it interacts with the storybook land ride
Yeah,
too, like the
so
the
cute.
canal
Right.
boats. So, anyhow,
I love that ride.
Dumbo's cute too.
All right, so next week
Yes.
we're gonna bring it back to some live action to a movie that I didn't even remember nor realize was Disney.
I had no idea, but,
But-
let's just say Luis is
Luis,
really excited.
oh yeah, Luis is stoked. He will be on this
Hyped.
episode. He's about it. Apparently, he loves it basically as much as Harry Potter.
Which is understandable because Harry Potter's definitely at least a little bit based on this movie, series, books. We are going to be watching 2005's The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch,
Witch.
and the Wardrobe.
You didn't have to say it like that.
That
We're
is
watching
the Oxford
Narnia.
comma, dude. You gotta leave that
I
in.
love me some Oxford commas.
That's
if we're
right.
gonna, oh,
I'm just gonna say
win for the Oxford.
it's just called Narnia. Narnia.
The Chronicles of
That's what we're
Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Narnia.
Yeah.
I think this is the only one I've seen. I don't know. if I've seen
I
the other
really,
ones.
really, really liked Chronicles of Narnia as a kid. When I saw the movie, then I read all the books, and then I watched the other movies. I remember really liking it, but I don't really remember it. So
I read the books first, and I remember liking them.
Yeah.
I think I read it in 7th grade. The only reason
Yeah,
I think
I
I
was
was
pretty
forced
young.
to read it
Yeah.
in 7th
Yeah.
grade, yes.
was I forced to read it?
Oh.
We went to different middle schools, but probably we had to read it for sure. The first one.
I just remember
We didn't
that
have to read
teacher
it, but I just did.
always used to sing Monday, Monday on Monday.
Hmm.
Monday, Monday. The things you remember. Anywho,
I
don't
remember that the
this.
lion's name is Aslan.
I don't remember anything.
Aslan.
Aslan. Oh, sorry, I pronounced it.
Aslan.
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 It's Aslan, dude.
Aflac. Okay, let's get out of here.
All
He's
right.
a duck.
He's a lion. He's Jesus. It's all the things. You guys, thank you very much for listening. This has been the Walt Vault. If you want to keep up with us, you can go to our social media pages. We are at the Walt Vault Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Instagram is where it's happening. Go there, leave a comment, tell us what you thought of Dumbo. Tell us what you thought of the crows and the pink elephants and all of that good stuff. We want to know. We want to hear
And the
about
harassment.
it. And the harassment.
But mainly the pink elephants on parade.
Or the ears. Tell us what you thought about his ears.
So cute.
You can send us a message on any of those platforms. We might read your message on the show.
Your recipe.
Your
I
recipe.
thought you said we might redirect you.
Yo, if you send us recipes, I will definitely read it for sure. Or you can send an email to contact
If Geeks Who Eat's listening, send us
Seriously.
some recipes, Geeks Who Eat.
our
They
email.
have in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Our email is contact@thewaltvaultpod.com. You can send an email there, or you can send a voice message. Do an audio recording on your phone. Email it to contact@thewaltvaultpod.com.
Michelle
We'll
made a face. She doesn't
play
want
it on the show.
that. She doesn't want it.
That'll be cool. If you want to help us out even further, you can subscribe to the show. That's very helpful. Leave a rating and review on iTunes. We are on all kinds of podcast platforms. If we're not on one, let me know. I'll put us up there. And lastly, you can help us out by going to patreon.com/The Walt Vault. Sign up there for $1 or more. Get access to a bunch of stuff at this point. We got Crack in the Vault. We got gameplays of Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's basically where Andre just puts his artistic freedom.
We got my notes that I take during the movies. And if you sign up at the $5 more level, we'll send you a gift in the mail. You can't lose. Go to patreon.com/The Walt Vault. You guys, that's been it for this week. We will see you.
Just keep listening. Just keep listening.
Not that you know what that's from since we haven't done that movie.
Oh, yeah, we haven't discussed that movie.
Listen.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Like
all right. We will see you guys next time on The Walt Vault for some Chronicles of Narnia. Goodness, that's been it for this week. The Vault is now